Hi Taurus, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. Quick note about my readings, they are for your sun, moon, and descendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon, or rising sign Taurus, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three so that you get a clearer and more complete picture of how they speak to you and which part of you I resonate with as a reader. So before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your before we get into it, you are going to see this popping up, but I am hosting an intuition activation webinar on the 20th of March. So if you want to get your seat early, you can do that on the link in the description box below. There will be plenty of time between now and then for you to sign up, so keep your eyes peeled because it's going to be lots of fun, and there's even going to be a couple of goodies for you as well. So with that said, your key to the week is the Emperor card. This week you are really bringing something into the fore. This is about you bringing something into manifestation. This is something that you are very much doing in a not even just a practical way, but it kind of feels like you're making something real this week. It's like you're putting your stamp on the world in some way, shape, or form. This is like the example that comes to mind actually is Pinocchio, not the lying part, but the part where, you know, his ultimate goal is to become a real human boy. This is very much about a project, something that you've been working really hard on, possibly behind the scenes. It now starts to take shape, and this week you are going to start to see, even if it's just the bare bones, like the structure of something, this week you're going to see something become tangible. And it's going to give you the energy or the passion or the desire to continue on with something. It's like you're seeing maybe the first sprout of a seed. It's like you're seeing, you know, like let's say with a weight loss journey, when you see that first little bit and you're like, okay, yeah, maybe nobody else can see it, but I can see it, and it spurs you on to continue. Maybe this is a project that you are now sort of giving life to and saying, right, I'm ready to release this now, and you start to see that it is real, that it's tangible, that it has all of the possibility to become the thing that you envisioned in the first place. This is really exciting. For your actions and options this week, you have the Two of Swords, right? So your intuition this week is going to be on fire. I love the Two of Swords. It's a really nice card. It's probably one of my favorite cards for the minor arcana. And what this suggests to me, especially because you've got the Emperor card there, whatever it is that you are bringing into the fore, you knew that this was going to be a success. You knew deep down, like even when you had the envisioning of the idea, it was like, this is spurring me forward. This week, you're going to have a validation of your intuitive nudge or your psychic hit. Something that you knew on it, like in an intuitive sort of way, is going to start to make itself known. It's going to start to make itself you know, you're going to start to see the results of it. Now, it also suggests as well that this week you are prepared to give or to speak your truth in regard to. It's almost like you're speaking a hard no. There's something this week where maybe you're at odds with somebody, or maybe something that you found a challenge previously. You're putting your foot down and saying, no, this is where I stand. Remember, the Two of Swords is kind of like an opposition energy. And what it usually suggests to me, yes, it can be decisions and choices that you make intuitively, but it's also the opposition energy. And what comes through with that is, because you've got the Emperor card there, there's something that you're putting your foot down on and saying, no, this is my final word and I'm not budging from this position. Good luck anyway, if you're trying to get a Taurus to budge from there, you know, even with Uranus in Taurus, good luck with that. For your communications and conversations, you have the Page of Cups. So for those of you that have children, there's going to be something that comes up with the education of your children this week. Maybe you are changing track. Maybe some of you in your locality, you find out that the schools are going back. This is actually good news when it comes to educational pursuits, and also anything to do with those of you that have children. Now, for those of you that don't have children, children, this could be an artistic or a creative endeavor, and possibly as well, because this is also a very intuitive card, this is going to see a lot of you maybe not necessarily looking into therapy, but certainly looking at an outlet for the way that you feel about something. This is about you finding a way to voice an opinion where you get your emotions out rather than kind of bottling them up, which is actually, you know, this is a really healthy internal week for you guys. I'm loving this. So for your those of you that work for somebody else, this is going to see you this week. I think you're going to be examining the job, examining the work that you do. And I think this week you're going to really be paying attention to how you actually feel about the job, how you feel about the longevity of what you do. Like, how much longer is this going to be viable? How much longer do I see myself in this place or this position or with this company? For those of you that work for yourselves, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, business owners, again, really nice. This is about you bringing an idea or a work or a project. This is about you literally giving birth to something. And I really like this for you. It's kind of like, almost like, even if you didn't plan it astrologically, it's kind of like you've already come into the understanding of your own personal tide. And so you kind of feel like, yeah, now's the time, now's the right time for me to start pushing ahead with this. And you have the energy that you need. And more importantly, with the Page of Cups, you have the support that you need. For those of you that are retired, no longer working for any reason, this is going to see you really delving into your abilities literally on either an intuitive level or a creative level. So for some of you, you might decide to take up painting, but you know, this isn't just about taking it up as a hobby. This is about you literally gathering knowledge, maybe finding a teacher, maybe finding a tutor of some sort. So it's going to see you really working on how you can do this, but not, you know, not like in a hobby kind of way. This is about you getting serious about it and saying, right, I really love to do this, but I'm going to dedicate my time to it in a way that actually shows commitment. Do you know what I mean? So for your money and materials, you have the Six of Cups. So an idea or project that has been on the back burner is what's going to start to come to the fore now. So over the next 6 weeks to 2 months, well, let's say the next 6 to 8 weeks, this is going to see you really working on ideas that you're bringing back into the fold. It's going to see you really focused on what you need to do. It's going to see you really focused on, maybe as well, some of you partnering up. This may see you, you know, creating collaborations, or certainly doing the reach out, and making more money or enhancing your financial experience is going to come through others, through the collaborations that you have. Now, for your physical health and vitality, this is your internal waters, your bladder, all of that kind of general area. Your Six of Cups as well. Yeah, obviously all of your reproductive system, whether you're a man or a woman. And this is not to say that there's an issue. I'm just saying if there are any likely challenges that come up, these might be the areas that you want to look into. And then finally, for your home and environment, this week you could be either inviting somebody over. This could be an old friend. It may as well, for a select few of you, this could literally be a sibling, which is lovely. The other way that this could play out as well is if you are one of those people that have children, maybe you're getting together with other parents in order to figure out, you know, how to introduce more normality into the lives of your children. So for your love and relations, you have the Judgment card. So actually this is really nice. I mean, especially coupled with the Page of Cups. The reason I say this is because it kind of feels like there is a reconnection with your ancestors in some way, shape or form. So for those of you that are spiritually inclined, this could be you maybe starting to work with your ancestral energies. The other way that this could play out as well, you are connecting or reconnecting to the elders of your family. So this is like grandparents, great aunts and uncles. Now, for those of you that are single, this, I'm sorry to say, yes, this is blast from the past energy, especially coupled with the Page of Cups. But one of the things that you want to be aware of this week, when you are having those blasts from the past, it's because you're going to be manifesting them. So really this week, you need to be super conscious about the people that you actually want to connect with, because as you think of someone, they will likely pop up. For those of you that are partnered or in relationships, this is the final seal, right? You guys have been on this crazy journey with your relationships over the last, I'd say probably 6 months. And, you know, there's been high times, there's been low times, there's been awful times, there's been challenging times, but you've stuck to it in true sort of Taurian fashion. This is you coming out on the other side of that. And whatever the changes are that are kind of, you know, coming out this week, these are going to be the actual direct results of all the work that you've done on the relationship. And I actually think this is a very good thing for a lot of you, I have to say. There's also something here to do with antiquities or antiques. So if you have an item that is old that you've been looking at and thinking maybe I want to get it appraised or evaluated, etc., this would be a good week to do so, especially with those two cards in combination. All in all though, I would say underneath this whole week there does appear to be what I would call like a spiritual thread. It's just going to be very subtle. It's not going to be sort of, you know, loud bangs in the walls and all the rest of it. It's just going to be a thread that kind of runs through the whole week. You will feel lighter this week though, I think, than you've felt in probably a long time. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.